Today we've come to the Newt in Somerset, which is a 5-star hotel plus some beautiful gardens that you can walk around and pay to go just in the formal gardens. There's also acres of woodland and parkland that you can visit. You can see the deer and...
Got a history all about gardening.
Yes, there's a story of gardening you can visit and an amazing viper walkway. So we're going to show you around and hopefully show you the best parts of the Newt. So as you enter the Newt, you walk through this lovely walkway where you're like in the middle of the forest. So they've converted a beautiful barn into an art installation and shop and visitor area. So we will show you in there, and they've got these beautiful old vintage tractors, which obviously you know we would love to have one day. So here we are in the main entrance barn. So this is an art installation which just is perpetual motion, so it just keeps moving all the time. So you start off here and you can have a look at this relief map that they've got of the whole site. So this is their main central garden, then there's the viper walkway which we'll show you, which leads you to the story of gardening. There's the deer park here. This is the kind of kitchen garden. This is the main hotel. And then you can walk up this bit here, which we'll show you. So there's absolutely tons to explore. Brian's the man with the map, so we will show you all around.
Clever.
So that's what you call a fire pit, isn't it?
That's a beautiful fire pit.
This is where you can do cider tasting. So this is their cider bar, and you can also book a cider tour. So they show you how this all works, how the apples all come down here and get washed, and you can go into their pretty spectacular barn, which has got, they've spent thousands and thousands on all the different equipment to make their cider. Cider with a Y, not cider with an I. This is the world's most beautiful shop with the world's most beautiful produce. See? Cider with a Y. So in here is another beautiful food shop. So they've got all manner of produce. Here's all their Newt cider. So we might taste the bottle later. And then the most stunning butchery I've ever seen, and the most stunning fromagerie I've ever seen as well. So there's all the butcher counter, and there's the cheese room. Just beautiful. So we're going to buy a bottle of cider or two for later?
Yes, I'd like to try some.
So out from the shop is this beautiful Victorian Orangery. They've restored the original and they've now turned it into a beautiful cafeteria area. So you can sit and have your cup of coffee in amongst all the plants. They've got absolutely stunning gardens with beautiful tulips at the moment. We'll show you down there in a second where you can get sprayed by some frogs. But we're going to head up to the mound now, so we're going to walk past the orangery and go right up to the top. So here's the gelateria, so we can have buffalo milk gelato, mint chocolate chip, plum ripple gelato, black bee honey gelato. So we're going to go and get an ice cream. So I have got my black honeybee honey gelato, which comes with a beautiful Newt wafer on it. So I'm very happy. So we're now heading up to the mound, which we haven't been to before, so we're going to head up this way and hope we're going the right way. From up by the mound you can see the hotel. I'm afraid we won't be showing you around the hotel because we can't afford to stay in there. It's beautiful, it's got a restaurant, spas, you can go and have lunch there. It's got a lovely spa and beautiful bedrooms. I'll put the website in the description so you can have a look. So yes, that is the beautiful hotel, and then we've just walked up the pathway here, and then we're going to head up to the mound and look through the binoculars up there.
So that's why that's clear.
Ah, so you can get a good view of King Alfred Tower.
Yeah.
So
And
hopefully.
does the binoculars work?
Yeah.
Oh wow. Oh wow. And there's Sarah Beanie's place.
As if you can see Sarah Beanie's
Oh,
house.
look! Does that not look like a stately home? I know it's sheer conjecture, it might not be, but it looks very similar to what I saw on the telly.
I don't know. That looks too old to be Sarah Beanie's.
But she made it to look old, didn't she?
No,
So you don't think it
I
is?
don't think it is, but it's a beautiful house.
It is a very beautiful house.
So we're now in the more formal gardens, and this is the just the gardener's cottage, which you can't go in at the moment, but it's just got a little bit of seating and a fire, I think, in it.
Okay.
So I love the way they've got the reference to the newt everywhere. They've got little newts poking out the water, and it's somewhere you can just come and sit and relax and listen to the water. This is the main walled garden that they call the egg. It's a like parabola shape. And quite often you'll find chickens running around here, and this is where they grow a lot of their apples. So you can see all the little tiny apple trees, and they've got basically apple trees around the whole area. And in the autumn, in this central pond here, they normally have apples sat in here for you to eat, but as it's not apple season, there are no apples in here today, but they normally have loads of apples bobbing around that you can just pick up and eat and help yourself to. So this is the egg, which you can see when you see the map that it's a beautiful egg shape. And yeah, they've got all different varieties of apples that they use to make their cider here. So this lovely building here is the cafe that do lunches. I think normally you have to book. We managed to come when we were coming in the winter. We managed to sneak in and have a hot chocolate because it was so cold. They were opening up for hot chocolate in the morning, but normally it's a pre-booked go in there, and there's a couple of lovely wood burning stoves in there, and they do like lunches and things like that. So this must be the chicken houses. It's very posh chicken houses. Only ducks and fowls may enter here. Are there any chickens in here? Oh, maybe they're roosting. But round here, they've built these really cool little nests.
I'm going to feel like a bird climbing into a nest. How cool is this? This is just so funky.
Oh, it's like properly in a proper little nest.
I am in my own little nest.
Oh, I'm going in this one. Oh, oh! Wow, this is cool. Can we get one of these?
If you can make it, I'm sure you can.
So cool. I'm just going to stay in here for a bit. So this is where we come more into the kitchen garden. So the chefs in the hotel restaurant use all the produce from the kitchen garden in their meals that they cook. This is for squashes. So in the autumn, or maybe they haven't planted it yet, then they all trail up and dangle their squashes, but I think they possibly haven't started planting them yet because this is quite a new structure they've put up. So they've got their beautifully laid out kitchen garden. What have they got? Elephant garlic, cabbage, and then you can see the hotel in the background there. So this part's pretty cool. If you start walking towards these little frogs, they start spurting water at you. But you just got to watch where you are. Here you go, Brian, because I don't want to get wet. No! Ah! Oh, I got the back of my leg. But yeah, they're cute. They are cute. I'm just trying to set one off. Oh, I keep missing them.
Yeah, let's see if it's more.
Oh, and there it goes.
So, over here.
Yeah. Well, I walked that way and it spurted at me. You gotta walk through it. Oh, here he goes again.
Oh! You just got me on the back of the leg.
Yeah. They're cute but vicious. But the end of the Viper Walkway is a story of gardening. And you had to book online. It's free, but you just need to book a slot basically, so they can at the moment sanitize in between. So we're going to go in there and show you all around as we go. So we've come into the story of gardening. We have to take our shoes off. So we're taking
an extra boot beetles.
Nice set of boot beetles. And then they've got this lovely boot area in here. And beautiful washroom. So there's a lovely cafe area here. And then we start with the story of gardening. So basically you can choose what you're listening to, and it tells you the history of gardens throughout the ages. So you go into all these different rooms, you don't wear shoes, so you can kind of feel the different floors and where you are, and then you can just listen on the audio thing. So this is a little GPS device, so it knows exactly what room you're in, so it tells you all about your specific room. I love the fact that it's so interactive and there's so many things that you can look through and see pictures of. Where are we? The Chinese garden. So here there's a load of virtual reality headsets, so you can, and they're pretty state of the art, so you can put yourself in there and get transported to one of, I think, about 4 different gardens around the world. So let's give it a go. You in?
I am in. I don't know yet.
Alright, let's go in. So I went to Monet's garden, which is this one. So you basically learn the history of Monet's garden and learn all about the water lilies and the Japanese bridge. And you went to Babylon's Storen, which is this one, isn't it?
This one here, which is just up the road from my parents.
In South Africa?
In South Africa, Cape Town. So it was quite interesting because having seen photos that they've sent me, but now actually going and experiencing it in like virtual reality, really quite funky.
Yeah.
I definitely recommend it.
So this is quite cool because you can push the scents out and then try and guess what flower it's from. So, shame we haven't got smell-o-vision, but we can do the scent one. Okay, let's do E. And let's say that one. Oh, I got it right. Come and smell this one, Brian.
Well, what is it?
Just smell it, it's lovely.
Oh, what? It smells like poo.
Yeah, it's manure.
Thanks for that.
Well, that was amazing. We are now going to go and return our headsets and carry on our adventure. So one of the coolest things that we really like at this place is this Viper Walkway. So you're right over the forest. It's pretty high up. And if you get the right time, you can see the deer. So we're going to go and deer hunt later on, just to look at, obviously. But yeah, it's quite a long walkway. It must have been quite a feat of engineering, but it's really cool. So yeah, last time we were here, we spotted deer right down the bottom over here. But I can't see any today. But it's just lovely being amongst the trees and in the forest. So this amazing building is where we just were for the story of gardening. So it's literally a purpose-built massive building with a cafe and just that story of gardening. And you can actually go and walk on the roof because they've turfed the roof. But the massive amounts must have been spent here to get all this amazing infrastructure in, and the buildings and the walkway and the hotel, which we'll show you in a bit. So we're now walking on top of the Story of Gardening building. So here you've obviously got acres of woodland you can explore, and you've got acres of parkland you can explore. So it's great for just to have a lovely big wander. So we've just walked down the pine tree lined road, and we're going to turn left and head out down to woodlands. I think there's a little woodlandy play area, but we're mainly looking to see if we can see any deer on our travels. There was loads last time, but it was kind of wintry time, so I'm not sure where the deer are in the summer, so we'll wait and see what we can find. Down here's a little like trim trail type area. They've got stones all in that you can walk around. I haven't got the kids with me, so we'll move on and not partake in the fun today. So there's the deer all up there. I'm not sure I'm going to get any closer. Okay. I don't know which way to go. Why are you so scaredy? You must see loads of people. So now we've come through the woodland, we're underneath the Viper Walkway. So you can see like the feat of engineering that this would be. And must have cost them an arm and a leg to do this. It is pretty spectacular. So here's all the rest of the deer. They're all chilling out in the parkland, which is why we couldn't see many of them. But yeah, they all look like they're having an absolute lovely life. So that concludes our tour of the Newt in Somerset.
Yeah, that was actually really good. I enjoyed that, especially walking through the Viper in the treetop canopy, and then the whole history of gardening. That was pretty funky, especially the virtual reality.
So if you have any questions about it, let us know. We'll put a link in the comments to the website. And if you've been here before, let us know in the comments, or if you'd like to have any more information, then let us know. And hopefully we'll see you on another adventure.